Hey guys, what's up? We're going to do an energy check-in here for all of the 12 zodiac signs, but I will be starting with the earth signs since we are in Taurus season. So let's go ahead and get started with Taurus. So Taurus, what I'm seeing with you is that there's something that you thought should have happened by now, or that you were anticipating some outcome that you were, hoping for that didn't turn out exactly as you'd wished it did. And so it is causing a little bit of grief, a little bit of sadness here, just feeling like things didn't go as planned, like you would have liked them to go. Or maybe you feel like things are moving slower than you'd like you should have been at a certain milestone or at a certain point by now, and you're just not there yet. And Spirit is just asking you to be patient. Everything will align in due timing and just go with the flow. Hey Taurus, I'm back again. I feel like I cut your reading short. I wasn't aware that you could add more time here. This is kind of my first time doing these short form energy check-in readings. So I felt like I needed to give you more time. I pulled some fresh cards for you, and the message is basically still the same. It's just saying that it's going to take some time. Whatever it is that you're doing, it's not something that is just going to sprout overnight. It's very one foot ahead of the other. You have to be very patient and let the slow cultivation be okay, because I feel like it's something of quality that you want to give to the world, or you're creating, or you're making, or you're expecting, or you're anticipating. And the more quality it is, the more time it's really going to take. So I feel like you're really going to appreciate the fact that it took longer than it needed to, because you're going to be proud to present it. It's like you're going to be proud to put your name on whatever this is. So don't be sad, because I feel like it's really going to be worth it for you, and it's something that you're going to be so proud of, and something that you are going to be proud to put your name on it, to put your face on it. And yeah, it took longer than you thought, and it didn't happen overnight or really quickly, or you thought that you should be more progressed at this time. But when it's fully done and complete, it's going to be whole, beautiful. And again, you're going to be so proud. So just hang in there and keep going, keep working. You got this. Hey Virgo, so what I'm seeing for you is you are being asked to take a step back. There's something here that you're still not seeing clearly, and you're still not acting on clearly. You have to really take the time to dissect something, to see the truth about something, because you think that you have a really strong stance on something, but it has to do with your upbringing, what beliefs were passed on down to you from family, and not really how you truly feel about something. So you're being asked to break through essentially from whatever these ingrained core beliefs you have, because they're going in direct contrast. They're in conflict with how you really feel deep down about the situation. And I feel like it still has yet to be revealed to you. So Spirit wants you to take this time to really uncover the truth about your stance and how you truly feel about a certain situation before moving forward. Hey Capricorn, so what I'm seeing for you guys is there's something here that you're doing, that you're giving to, there's something that you're used to doing. It's part of like your everyday routine, or something like your regular routine. And it's basically just like run its course. It's like you no longer have to give to this thing. It's not giving anything back, or, it's just stale, old, boring. Like, there are phases in life, and it just feels like you're over this phase. Like you've passed this phase, but you're just stuck here doing the same thing, even though there's really no return, or this is just way past due, overdue. There's nothing, like there's no movement. It's very still, and there's no flow. I feel like maybe it was something that you were promised, like you were promised some sort of reward or something from giving to whatever it is that you're giving to, and it just never came. It was a lie. It was almost like you were tricked. And so it's really painful for you, because you feel like you've invested so much time and energy and so much of your resources, because you were expecting some kind of return or reward or something. And it's like it never came. And now you're realizing it's never going to come. And so there's just no point in you staying here, giving to something that isn't going to give to you, or isn't going to do what it said it was going to do. So it really does feel like taking an L and just moving on from this. It does feel like it's painful, but it's like, are you going to stay stuck and stagnant doing the same thing when you know there is no outcome, no return, when this is dead? Or are you going to make the move that you have to make and leave this behind once and for all? I feel like leaving this behind once and for all is how you stand up for yourself and how you defend yourself from giving to this a second. It got cut off before I finished my thought, Capricorn, but I was saying, so you can stop giving to this for a second longer. This is how you stand for yourself. This is how you defend yourself in this situation, by just finally walking away from it and leaving it in the past. Hey Gemini, you're up. So what I'm seeing here for your energy check-in is that you are being really honest, really truthful about something. You're really letting your opinion show, or your true colors, or something about your personality. You're being very open, transparent, and it's causing some kind of commotion, some kinds of turmoil. It could be ruffling some people's feathers. Again, maybe you're stating your opinion or your stance on something and you're being honest. This is really how you feel about it. And, you are getting some kind of backlash for it. You being honest is inviting other people to share their opinions, their conflicting opinions, and it could just be starting bickering, a back and forth, arguments, being in competition, seeing who's right, who's not, so on and so forth. So basically, I think the message here is just don't argue with people. This isn't going to get you anywhere. This is just going to make everyone exhausted and bitter and angry and be in an energy that is unideal. Maybe you can state your opinion, be who you are, let yourself shine bright. And if people want to argue with you about something, just let them know that's really not on the table. That's not what you're looking for. Don't engage with them in this argument. Spirit wants you to continue to share yourself, share your opinions, express yourself, be honest, be truthful, but don't engage in arguing with other people and fighting and trying to defend yourself and prove yourself. That really isn't going to get you anywhere. If you don't respond to these people, it's kind of like you're letting them hold on to whatever their issue is and needing to reflect on themselves without, putting it on you and saying you're the cause, you're the reason. You aren't. So let them deal with their own things, and you do that when you just go away. Hey Libra. So I'm seeing for you guys that you are very much so in your feels. It's almost like, you're feeling sorry for yourself, you're feeling bad for yourself, you're feeling very tender, very emotional, just very touchy, very sensitive. And yeah, there is kind of like a victim mentality here associated with this. And Spirit just wants you to get to the bottom of it, like see the truth of it. They want you to know that you aren't a victim, and they want you to see like what role you are playing in this story. Things aren't as out of your control as you think that they are. Like you feel like there's nothing you can do and bad things just happen to you, and woe is me. And I don't mean to be rude about it. I'm just reading the cards, Libra. Spirit wants you to know that you do have a say, you do have more power than you think. They want you to gain clarity surrounding it, like get very, like if you take your emotions out of it and you get very objective and get real about what is your part in this. What have you done? How have you contributed to you feeling this way and you finding yourself in the position that you're finding yourself in and staying stuck here and, like at some kind of plateau? They basically just are encouraging you to see your part in this, how you've contributed to this, and to not look at it as in you're a victim with no control over what's happening to you, because they're saying that you have so much say and so much control over what's happening to you, and that you are playing a really big part in this, and you're more powerful than you think. And they just want you to be able to see that and take accountability for yourself so that you can start taking the moves making the moves that you need to make to feel better, essentially, and to get yourself out of this rut that you're finding yourself in. Hey Aquarius. So what I'm seeing here for you guys is that I am seeing that in your group of friends, group of people that you work with, people that you, create things with, build things with, collude with in some way, that you are seeing how you guys have been very unhealthy, or your attachment to these people has been very toxic or unhealthy, or these are just people that truly don't care for you, like these people that you consider your friends, or that you build with, that you work with, that you're close with, that you deal with regularly. Like you're seeing that the dynamic here, the relationship here, the communication here isn't really healthy. It's not really genuine or loving or pure. It's more like I said, like it's toxic, it's argumentative, it's very trying to one up each other, it's very tit for tat. And I feel like you're just getting really honest about this, very truthful about this. Like maybe you thought that this is what friendship looked like, this is what genuine connection looks like, what communication looks like, and now you're seeing that it isn't. It's corrupt, and it's not really anything that feels good. It only keeps you feeling really like emotionally unsure of yourself or unstable, or it keeps you like in this fighting kind of an energy where you do want to compete, and where there is a lot of bickering and disagreeing and all of that. And I feel like you've experienced this basically for such a long time. Like again, this was your idea of what friendship was, and you're seeing now that this isn't friendship at all, or community or love or support, and you want to move away from this, because I think you're at the point now where you want to find true, genuine community and relationship and support and love, and you want to experience these things. You don't want to experience this low vibrational corrupt version of friendship and relationship and family and community. You don't want to consider these people these things anymore, when this is the energy that it really is. It's like you're seeing the truth now, and you're seeing that it could be better, it could be greater, it could be pure, and you want that. So I am seeing you moving away from this, or at least trying to move away from this energy, so that you can make space, make room for better relationships in your life that are different, and that don't like give you sadness, don't make you feel sad. You know, you want to feel like I'm hearing that song, I want to know what love is. You know, like you want to know what love is, what true friendship is, what that looks like, what true support means and looks like and feels like. And, you know, genuinely caring for people and caring about your impact, and you know, being loving and kind and genuine. And yeah, like you just want to know what true community and what true support is and looks like. And you want to make way for that, and you want to nourish those kinds of relationships, which means you have to move away from the ones that you currently are involved in right now that don't reflect those things. Hey guys, so we're going in with the water signs, starting with Cancer. So Cancer, what I'm seeing here for you is that maybe you've been very bold in the way that you communicate or express yourself, very sure of yourself, where you have been, you know, just giving people a piece of your mind, and you haven't been shy about doing that. You know, you've been very protective of yourself, very defensive of yourself and how you perceive things, your experience of things. And, you know, you really want to make it clear. You want to make a point that you feel like you are right, like your perspective and your stance and the way that you experience things is the right way, is the correct way. And, you know, you're just very sure of your perspective, and you have been really, really expressing yourself, again, very loudly, very boldly. It could come off a little bit aggressive, I think. And the message here is that right now really isn't the time for you to try to be center of attention, or to have the spotlight on you, and to want to be the loudest person in the room and feel like everyone needs to hear you and agree with you. I feel like right now your words can be very cutting and just very sharp, you know, very blunt, very reckless, you know, and it can lack tact. And right now Spirit is asking you to just simmer down, to temper your energy, to slow your roll, and to take a seat, to cool off. They don't want you to be in this hot energy, you know, where you're being very impulsive, very again, argumentative and like quick to pop. They want you to go within, to take a moment, to calm down, to see where is this really coming from. because this defensiveness that you have right now, they're kind of saying it's a little bit uncalled for. It's like, this isn't the time or the place. This isn't the energy that is really going to get you anywhere. It's not going to bring you any kind of results. There's something here that you need to see within yourself first and foremost. So it's useless trying to yell your point across or something, because it's like, it's just gonna have you feeling really burdened and heavy, and it isn't going to bring any sort of solutions or peace or calmness to anything. So if you feel like you need to defend yourself against someone, they're saying actually there's something inside of you that you need to address. And it's really not that you need to defend yourself against anyone on the external, but there's something that you need to address within yourself that is causing you to perceive things and experience things the way that you are experiencing them. And it really has less to do with what's on the outside of you, which is why it's useless to be expressing it on the outside of you so loudly, like when it's something that you should kind of be more internal about and reflective about. Why is it making you feel this way? Where is this really coming from? What is this really hitting on? What is this really about? Because this is an opportunity for you to go within and to get to know yourself better and to see like what triggers you. There's something here that clearly triggers you, and you can learn more about it. I feel like it's something that does affect your one-on-one relationships with other people. And yeah, this is just like, you can get to know where you lack, how you're lacking in some area. It could have to do with self-esteem, or like feeling outcasted, feeling left out, something along these lines. There's something here that you could really uncover about yourself and get to know about yourself, so that you can make the right actions to heal and to bring peace to this place, because what you're doing right now really isn't the solution. It isn't it. Hey Scorpio, so right off the bat we have 4 major arcana, all cards that came out major arcana. So this seems like a pretty major message here for you. I'm seeing that there's something here that you didn't want to see. Like you are having a hard time coming to terms with, looking directly at, like coming to face with it, because it has something to do with you, with who you perceive yourself to be, who you are as a person, something about your personality and, you know, your truth, where you wanted to see yourself as a good person, as a positive person, as a pure person, an honest person, an upright, upstanding person. There's something here that you have to face about yourself that maybe is not in alignment with those things, like a darkness that you have to face about yourself here. So there's like something crumbling regarding how you perceive yourself to be. And I feel like it has to do with something that happened here that you didn't get the result you thought you were going to get. Like something happened here that was lacking or was at a deficit when you thought it was going to give you like a really good positive feedback. You thought you were going to get like some kind of positive feedback, like you were going to get like something was going to be in your favor, and instead it was the complete and total opposite, and it reflected back something to you about yourself that is like hard to come to terms with. It's hard to look at, it's hard to see. It's like something about your personality and who you believed yourself to be is crumbling down, and you're getting like a different look on yourself, a different opinion about yourself, or like from a different perspective you are looking at yourself here. Maybe you were able to see yourself like kind of like as doing no wrong, again, very upright, upstanding, and now you're seeing yourself from a different, darker perspective. It's some kind of hard truth here that you're finding very difficult to face. And it has to do with yourself and how you show up, your truth, your character. It's like you were only looking at your positive qualities, and now you're forced to look at, you know, your shadow side, your more negative qualities, the things that you keep hidden. It's like that came to the surface. It's like you led with like your shiny, sparkly self, but someone saw the other side of you that you try to hide, and now it like brought it to the forefront, and it's something now that you have to face and look at and, you know, address. And I think you're just being called to shed something, to go to the dark depths of something and to really put something to bed, to see the truth about something, so that these parts of you don't come out of you subconsciously. You know, when we don't address our shadow material, it comes out in some other form or fashion. And I think that's what you're just having to deal with right now. It's like your shadow material, you're seeing how it comes out, you're seeing how it seeps out. If you don't address it and you pretend like it's not there, like it doesn't exist, it simply doesn't just go away. It finds outlets, it finds ways to come out. And I feel like you've seen this happen. Like you've seen how it comes out, you've seen how it kind of like penetrates through, and now you are seeing why it's important for you to face your shadow, for you to really neutralize it, heal it, listen to it, and not just pretend like it's not there, because it is influencing and playing a role, and you're just being called to put it to bed once and for all, to heal it, to face it, to go through whatever pain you have to go through as you sit through it and process it. And you have to be strong in order to really face it and do this. But it's going to be worth it, because then it's not going to live inside of you anymore in your shadow material, where it comes out during your moments of weaknesses, like when you're triggered, or if you're drunk, or other occasions. Like your moments of weakness is when the shadow really comes out and influences, and you just don't want that to happen anymore, because it's so out of your control and you want to have like a control on it, you know? And so this really difficult circumstance is actually sparking for you to do this inner work that you have to do, that is going to unblock something and is going to bring you more into alignment with this person that you have, that you have this idea that you are, or that you want to be, this upstanding person that you want to show the world that you are. It's going to bring you more in alignment with that image of you once you do this work. Hey Pisces, so you got 3 major arcana, which is a pretty big deal here. This is big energy. I'm seeing there's something that you had to go through recently that may have been very difficult, and it may have shattered your idea or perspective or opinion that you had on it. Like you may have thought something was a certain way, and whatever transpired recently made you totally reconsider how you look at this thing, how you perceive it. Like it made you see like, wow, I wasn't perceiving it right. Like something came crumbling down here, and now you're forced to have to look at it from a different perspective. And yeah, I am seeing that ultimately it's for the best. You always want to see the truth about something, regardless of how difficult it's gonna be. And I am seeing that you're afraid. Like you're so afraid to see the truth of this. Like it's almost like you want to keep yourself believing in whatever you thought was the truth, because it's like you're afraid to face it. You don't want the reality. You don't want this reality. You're like, well, maybe this isn't really what's going on. Maybe, like you're trying to find ways to try to convince yourself that things are still the way that you perceive them to be in the past, even though you know that there's no going back to that, and you trying to make excuses for the reality of things is just you being afraid of actually facing this. But Spirit wants you to know that you have what it takes. You are so strong, and you can do this. You can face this. You can do hard things. Don't shy away from it, okay? Because this is going to bring a lot of healing energy for you in your future. It is going to be something that's ultimately going to be beneficial for you. And you needed to know the truth. As hard as it was to really look at the truth, you needed to know it. You needed for it to be uncovered so that you can move through whatever it is that you need to move through. And you need to know that you have what it takes. You have the strength, the tenacity, the courage, the energy, everything. You have everything that it takes for you to be successful, for you to move forward, for you to get past this and to be victorious over this. So don't be afraid. You have what it takes. You are a match for whatever this is. So you just have to rise up to the moment and meet it and know that you can do it. You can overcome. Okay? You can do hard things, remember. So don't pretend like there's nothing going on, like you didn't see that, like, no, you're misinterpreting things. No, you have the truth. You know that something is not as it was or not as it seemed. You saw something crumbling down. You see the truth of it, and know that this is leading you somewhere good and bright and healing and peaceful, but it's not going to come without its hurdles that you have all of what you need, to overcome. Okay, Pisces, good luck. We've made it to the fire signs for this round. So we're starting off with you, Aries. So Aries, what I'm seeing here is that you could be kind of very argumentative, competitive in a certain group of people where, I don't know, like it just seems like you are being very self-centered and only considering yourself and your perspective and your experience and not those of other people. And you think that you are the right one, the correct one or something, and you want to come out on top, you want to win, you want to be victorious over the argument. And maybe you are, maybe you will win the argument. Maybe you do come out on top and you get crowned, victorious for this specific argument or situation here. But you notice that it doesn't help you to feel any better about yourself. Like, yeah, you may have won the argument, but it's like I'm hearing you won the battle but lost the war or something, because then it's kind of like it feels very lonely, or it feels very isolated, or you feel very cut off from people, or you feel like you played dirty and, yes, you won and you feel proud about that, but it was like at what expense, like what was the cost? What did it cost you? And yeah, I don't know, like you're seeing like, oh, this win actually doesn't feel as good as I thought it was gonna feel. I don't feel as strong as I thought I was gonna be. Maybe this isn't strong at all, and maybe I was just acting impulsively and very, in a toxic way. I was being very toxic, and I was just being like a bad energy, low vibrational energy, and I was just causing like the effect that your energy had. You feel like it just wasn't really a good one, and you thought that you were gonna feel a certain way, but you're noticing that you feel completely opposite, completely different. And so maybe it's just having you to see like it's not always about winning and coming on top and being victorious. It's not always about that, and you're reevaluating that, or you're needing to. Hey Leo, so this is really interesting energy. First of all, I am seeing you really in your power, looking beautiful, being very self-sufficient, taking care of yourself, being on top of your game. You just look to be really good. You are shining bright. Your card came out, the sun card. We know the sun rules Leo, so there you are. You are just, you're doing it big. You are very strong in your energy right now. And I feel like you need to express something, or you have expressed something, the truth about something in regards to some kind of fishy, shady energy, an energy that's trying to get away with, corruption, an energy that's essentially just trying to get away with corruption, with something that they shouldn't be getting away with, something that they're doing sneakily and in the dark. And you are shedding light on this through your words, through your speech, through communication, through expressing some truth here. You are exposing something. And because of it, people may not want to be around you or something, or they're afraid to be around you because maybe they're afraid to be found out or something. People that love truth aren't going to be afraid to be around you, but people that don't want to be found out, people that have something to hide, shady people, fishy people, they might not want to be around you because they're afraid that you're going to see right through them or something here. And this could be making you feel sad, or someone feels sad here. I am sensing some sadness here. Maybe people feel sad because you're moving away from them. Like you look like you're having a new beginning or something like that, or like you're moving on and you're happy, and maybe they feel sad with you moving on and like not paying attention to them. Or it could be that you feel sad that maybe you feel like a lot of people don't want to come around you or are afraid to come near you. But it's because like this truth serum that you have, like you can see right through people. So if you are sad that people are overlooking you or not paying attention to you, just know that they are afraid of you. Like they're scared of you finding them out or exposing them in some way, like seeing right through them. So it has nothing to do with you. And these are actually, it's a good thing that these people want to stay away from you. You don't want these people around you. So don't feel sad about that. You're doing good here. You're doing good speaking truth and bringing things that need to be brought up to the surface, like bringing them up to the surface and exposing them. You're doing really good work here, okay? I feel like the nature of the things that you are exposing, it's going to differ for each of you, but keep doing it. I feel like you're doing God's work. You're being very honest, very truthful. That's always encouraged. Okay, so keep doing you, Leo. Good luck. And last but not least, Sagittarius, you're my last sign today. So, this reading has a lot to do with communication, with messages, with, you know, what you're gonna say. You are being called to be very like professional, very wise, very compassionate, and full of wisdom here. To be very clear, to not leave any room for confusion here, for misinterpretation, to be just very direct, very forward, very knowledgeable in your communication, but do it in a way that's going to be compassionate and considerate and kind and understanding of the human condition and of human emotions. I feel like you are having to communicate something difficult, is what it looks like. Like you are having to communicate some kind of hard truth, some kind of difficult situation, but they're asking you to do it in a way that is going to be like soft and like, considerate and kind. Like don't just give it to someone hard and where it's like they feel bad because it's something that is sensitive. I feel like it is a sensitive topic, and so you want to be considerate with your communication and the words you're using and your tone, like all of these things, your body language. Like you want to be aware of these things so that you can have some kind of really high quality effective communication. So yeah, it is like you have to deliver some kind of a hard truth. So maybe you have to fire someone, or you have to call someone out, or you have to point something difficult out about someone or something like this. It seems like you have to do this, and it's for their own good. You know what I mean? It's for their own good. You have to make them aware of it. But again, it is something difficult, so it's like you are being asked and required to do so in a way, again, that is going to be compassionate and like maybe you can't control if you're going to hurt their feelings or something, but like try your best to say it in a way that is as kind as possible. And like, look, we all have shortcomings, and we all have things we're dealing with and facing, and we all have weaknesses and stuff like that. So, like trying to not make whoever you have to give this communication to, like trying to help them not feel so horrible about things, but also make them aware of what their lack is, where their shortcomings are, like what is their weakness, like also shine a light on what it is you need to shine a light on, and bring truth and clarity to it, and be very clear and forward with it. Even if you are essentially like firing them or breaking up with them, or I don't know, something difficult, breaking something off, putting distance between you guys, ending a friendship, ending a relationship, just ending something here. I am seeing like just to be very professional about it, and to not mince your words, be very direct, but again, compassionate. So it seems like you have an important job here to do, Sagittarius. Good luck with this.